Alright guys, so a thing I often neglect is pond location selection. This is the Baby Snappers ponds, and as you can see, it's green. It's not dirty, it's just green from algae. It's in a heavy sun area, so there's a bit of an algae bloom. If you go, maybe 6 inches to the left, to this pond, which is the exact same setup. There's a little pink belly. That water's clear, it's not green. Because it's not in direct sunlight, whereas this one is. The algae is not a bad thing, it actually is a good thing. It provides a lot of cover. But that said, I would rather have a little more visible accessibility to my snappers. So I'm gonna move the location of their pond so it doesn't get super duper green quite as quickly. I did move the little baby snappers. They're right there. They're all doing great. They're all happy and they kind of like their algae. You can see the algae on this guy's head right there. But it's a lot. So I'm going to make an executive decision and move them. So we're going to move them into this pond here, which is quite dirty, which I love. I like a dirty pond. Dirty but healthy. Murky water is good for these guys. It provides them cover. It makes them feel safe. I could go here into a crystal clear pond, but murky is better. Especially for snapping turtles that, live at the bottom of riverbeds. Small snapping turtles are on everybody's dinner menu. So the smaller, shallower, murkier pond is a better option than the larger crystal clear pond. The larger crystal clear pond will be getting some inhabitants, but they'll be larger inhabitants, not smaller inhabitants, and that'll be an American pond, and I will probably do that in this video as well, but this is where the snappers are going to be. Alright, so this is a preformed pond from Lowe's, and I'm trying to get them on the rocks, but the rocks haven't developed their buoyancy yet, so they're not quite, not buoyancy, they haven't waterlogged yet, so they're not quite sinking yet. But that's okay, they will. And there's this little guy, and he's covered in algae, as you can see, which, like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just easier for me to watch these guys if the water's a little bit clearer. I don't want it crystal clear. I just want it a little bit clearer. And if you go over here, I have another very, very green pond. That one's super green. And we're gonna do the same thing. Alright, in this big green pond, there are too many turtles, actually. So I'm going to start off with this big red-eared slider. Definitely needs a bigger pond. He'll get it soon, but I haven't gotten a Tractor Supply this year yet. I will be doing that. Okay, here's another one, a smaller red-eared slider. And he's going to go in the new pond. Just because it'll be a little bit clearer. And like I said, it's just easier for me. And I just gotta find things. I think that's a map. Yep, that's a Wachita map turtle that I recently rescued. Really cool animal. And like I said, these are all American species, so they can all do their thing. They're all very, very, very well fed. That's a red belly. One of the prettiest turtles you'll ever see. I adore these little guys. And we'll go back over here. And I'll just put them in the basking situation. I think there's one more red earring here. I think. There's something here. Yep, there's another red ear. So. And as far as red ears go, they're gorgeous. They're super common. Everybody has them. And they don't get a lot of attention in the turtle hobby, but they're beautiful animals. And the big boy over here. And that's that. They can just enjoy this new pond. It's a little bit cloudy because I just reflossed the filter. I kept all the biological filtration the same. Lots of lava rock, lots of pebbles. There's carbon in there. I just added a bunch of the Michaels floss. So that's why the water's a little bit cloudy now. But that'll clear up really quickly. And these guys will do their thing. And this is a 110-gallon tote, filled pretty high. It's too small for all these turtles, but they will be getting, the red ears will be getting something larger very soon. I haven't decided if I'm actually gonna dig a pond or if I'm just gonna get like a 300-gallon and put them in it a little bit closer to the tortoise pens. But I'll make that decision shortly. Weather is just starting to break. So these guys are all essentially wintering and coming out of winter. They have been outside year-round here, which is great. I love that. But so they're gonna go in this pond. I'm gonna drain those 2 ponds that I have set up over there. I'm gonna get the indoor ponds outdoors because I have the pink bellies and a couple Argentine side necks in here. There's a few other Argentine side necks. Here's Kinky Pinky, which is one of our favorite turtles. It's a side neck turtle, but she can't unside neck. She can't put her head straight. She's always been like that since I've had her, but she's doing great. She's honestly a little bit fat. She's awesome. She's very, very temperature sensitive, so she can't stay out here the way everybody else can right now. She has to come in at night, so she will. And then in the next month or two, I'm gonna put a couple 180s out here, and I'm gonna probably get either a 300 or either a couple 300s or like a 800 and set the Americans up in that, excluding the snappers. And I think I'm gonna get the alligator snapper outside too. So this is a very long update for the outdoor ponds. There's my one of my little snappers over there trying to get to the land. He hasn't figured out that the land's over here yet, but I'm sure he will. And I'm gonna add some substrate over here so that they have a little bit. And I don't know if you can see the little guy down there. There's a little guy cruising on the bottom there. I can see him. I don't know if you can see him, but I can see him. And there's one over there, another one over here, and that's about that.